In the meantime, Esme, I did send you out an email. Hi, Esme. I sent you out an email specifically with the bullet points that I can ask my programmer to upload that header image that you sent me, but I want to make sure that's what you're going to end up. And I have a feeling based on what you sent me that it will not look good on the header, simply because if you look at the picture, it was not in a straight line. There was one person that was much taller. So it definitely, proportionally, it's not suitable for that issue. If you go to pickresize.com, you see exactly what I'm talking about. You should actually do it yourself first. Then afterwards, just give me the proper dimensions. There's a decent chance once you crop it properly or resize it, another word for crop, you'll notice it's not something you'll be using anyways, because that one person was much taller. And there's a decent chance, I'm pretty sure, that it will go in perfectly once you crop it to those dimensions anyway, so I won't have to ask the programmer. So you could definitely do that yourself, and we go from there. We do have Angelica who logged in 3 times. I'm not sure how that worked, but you hear me, Angelica, as well.
Yeah, I'm having internet problems.
Okay, you're on. I believe you're on Uber conference twice.
Yeah, I got out of that.
Okay, but it's still showing up on my screen, as you could probably see. But in the meantime, I am on YouTube as well. We have this call 6 days per week. That's Monday to Thursday, 12 noon Eastern time, 12 noon. Saturday and Sunday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon as well, Eastern time. It just so happens the people that are on YouTube can see me at uberconference.com/NAAIP. If you go to the top of NAAIP.org, there's a click there that says video conference. You click it, it takes you right there. In essence, what we're trying to do, is we're actually doing it, is we get people free websites, no strings, no catches, no nothing. After this happens, what you're probably most interested in is moving up the search engine, which is part of business, coming across as a professional person. And it's free. There's no strings, no catches, nothing like that. As you can imagine, this system has become pretty popular. We're up to 13,000 insurance agents. If you're on my interactive video conference on Uber Conference, you could see my screen, which I'm showing right now, and we could also have a conversation. It just so happens, it says here 13,035 people have signed up over the past couple of years, but we definitely want to get that to a higher number. In the meantime, Angelica is here. Let me see where Angelica is. And Angelica, you had a question of something. What was your question again?
Well, I just want to start buying leads so I can start writing.
Okay, you are looking at my screen. Remember, the insurance companies are paying you really good money. Now that we are on YouTube on a live stream, I am not allowed to name the insurance company. Beforehand, I did mention the company, and you mentioned the company that you got contracted through us at that super high commission level of 122%. That was the final expense company. But in the meantime, I am going to the NAAIP.org. Towards the top, there is a click there. It says leads, domains, quoters. I will click the word leads. This particular page is a Wikipedia. Wikipedia means it's a tremendous amount of good information on lead generation. Before I go into the deep 30 on this particular page, which is a Wikipedia, which is a synonymous with the word encyclopedia. This is an encyclopedia of lead generation. So your job as an insurance agent is to get in front of people. It is to close deals. So what you probably want to do is be an expert at lead generation. In fact, I'm going into a Facebook account, and I will do this live stream on Facebook as well. Might as well get more people on this call. Let me see how I do live stream on Facebook. I'm on it says here live video right here. USB setup, the video, then we get the microphone that's using the Jabra. I want to move it over to this one. NAAIP conference. Post on timeline, use camera, go live. That's pretty much the story how this works, and this will be live on Facebook as well. Okay, let me get back to Angelica. Okay, Angelica, so we're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. And I'm doing screen sharing on uberconference.com, which there's a link at the top of NAAIP.org. In the meantime, I am clicking the page that we discussed before. You do see my password protected back office. You notice that 13,035 people have signed up for the system the past couple of years. In the meantime, let me click at the top of NAAIP.org, the click that says leads. And Angelica, you can see my screen. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, from top to bottom, you look at this page and you become an expert at lead generation. The insurance companies are paying you really good money to generate for them sales. My company takes a very, very small percentage. As the recruiter, as the manager, we're definitely doing this in a different business manner than anyone else in the marketplace. No one's holding your hand. We're actually trying to create a situation where we're very attractive to people who are at the top of the game. And hopefully that is yourself. You did mention to me that you have an executive assistant somewhere. So you must be good at what you're doing to pay a salary to another human being. In the meantime, I would take your job at an academic level. Again, your job is to get in front of people and to close deals. I assume that you're somewhat charismatic. You're somewhat good at closing deals. That's why you chose this profession. Most people do not wake up in the morning and are experts at lead generation. It's something that you have to get into, have to actually look at it at an academic level. It just so happens our page on lead generation, I would consider a Wikipedia on lead generation. From top to bottom, it talks about final expense leads. It talks about live transfer leads. It has sales scripts. It has consumer database. It mentions 4 different post-card company. Someone was on the call yesterday, was using a company called Need a Lead. She was paying $20 per filled out form, which is a fixed price lead. That's linked here as well. Through us, you mentioned NAAIP.org. When you call any of these companies, you do get a discount. In the meantime, specifically what you were asking for, which I believe was live transfer leads. Is that correct?
That's right. How does that work?
Okay. You probably know, which to me before we got on this YouTube live stream, normally live transfer leads run anywhere from $35, $45, even up to $55 a pop. On this particular page, you do see over and over the word $8 live transfer leads. I did mention to you before we got on YouTube that I'm pretty good at getting to the top of the search engine. Getting to the top of the search engine is completely dependent on original content and time on site. It just so happens, I would imagine $8 live transfer leads is interesting to a lot of people. So that causes people to stick around. When they call up my office, they may speak to me or someone else in the office. We say to them, in the meantime, register for NAIP, choose a template. Let's get this website on your own domain name. People are mesmerized of the quality of the website that we offer people at free, no strings, no catches, no nothing. And in the meantime, we speak about these $8 live transfer leads on this 6-day per week conference call. But as we scroll down, as it's a Wikipedia, phone scripts, a new dental. It mentions about referrals. It has a bunch of nice information here, including PDF, Medicare lead generation stands, incentive-based marketing. My favorite lead called incentive-based marketing, where you give people something that causes them to like you. I suppose if you're in the final expense business, is that correct, Angelica?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Everyone loves the freebie.
Okay.
Because they're lower income.
Right, especially lower income people. lower income
Yeah.
people, you could give them freebies, which are lower in price, and they'll love you. I would wake up in the morning. I'm sure you wake up in the morning your entire life. I would give a deep thought of what you could give to your potential customers that will cause them to like you. And let me just draw on this particular page, there's a couple of ideas. It says here, incentive-based marketing, click here. You click that, that takes you to marketingboost.com. They give away free hotels. They do give you a 7-day free trial. You put in your credit card, make sure you cancel it before the end of the 7 days. Otherwise, they charge you money. But in the meantime, you'll notice that it's free vacations, free hotels, free restaurants. You could download all their stuff and you have 30 days to use the coupon. In the meantime, you have access to all their videos. You could download and use them for advertising. The different states have different parameters on what you're allowed to give away. I'm pretty darn sure that California has no restrictions on what you're allowed to give away to get in front of people. The reason I say I'm pretty sure that California has no restrictions, because part of the advertising campaign of incentive-based marketing company called marketingboost.com is an insurance agent in the state of California. He's on the video saying, hey, this boosted up my business. And he would not be on that ad if it was not legal. I called up the state of Florida, spoke to them. They said the most you could give away to get in front of someone is $100. So since this is an ambiguous of what the value of a free hotel is, which is really not a free hotel, the people have to pay the taxes and fees, so it still ends up $25, $30, instead of the normal price, which could be $100 or $200 or $300. But the value is ambiguous. But I do know in the state of California, I'm pretty darn, I don't say I know, I'm pretty darn sure there's no restrictions on it. In the state of Florida, since they do have that $100 restriction, there are people using this as an incentive for referrals, because in Florida, there's no restrictions on what one is allowed to give away to get a referral. So they get in the door, they say, write out a list of 5 people who want to meet me, and I'll give you a free vacation. Then they explain that they have to pay the fees and taxes. In the meantime, your particular client base is final expense. You have to think of what these people need. These are low-income people, older, relatively unsophisticated. I don't care how sophisticated, how high income you are, you probably do not want to deal with an attorney. Attorneys charge a lot of money. Is that pretty accurate, Angelica? Angelica?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
No one wants to deal with attorneys because they charge a lot of money. All the more so someone who's low income, older, maybe by themselves, et cetera, et cetera. If you read this paragraph, it mentions get your lead call, free service, okay. It says here, a great idea, free last will and testament. You could give someone a free last will and testament. You could be their witness. You could give them the proper documentation. You could print it out for them. If you become a notary public, you could witness the signature. If you have a portable printer in the trunk of your car, you can print it out for them. You probably have a file cabinet in your office. You could keep a copy. This is something you could do. And instead of working in multiple neighborhoods, multiple cities, multiple states, if somehow, some way you become popular in your local community as offering this service, you will be busy as all heck. And that's definitely what people need to do, is be busy and make money and enjoy life. The main thing you're trying to do is avoid driving around half the city or half the state. And this is definitely an idea that will cause that to happen. If somehow, some way, Angelica, you get to a situation where you have 750, 1,000 people that you have a copy of their will in your file cabinet, you will never be wanting for lead systems. You will be very busy. And I believe that makes sense, Angelica. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe it. So
Okay.
where do we get this will and testament to get?
Scroll down at the bottom of NAAIP.org or any of our sub pages. There's a bunch of links there. It's under the word sales tools. It's in alphabetical order. Last will and testament, free will, be a digital agent. That takes you to a company called doyourownwill.com. Probably not a bad idea to learn that system. In addition, become a notary public. The way you become a notary public is you Google the word, how do I become a notary public? And you will notice it's very easy to do. How do you get a portable printer? You Amazon the word portable printer. You'll pick one up for $100 or $200 a pop. In the meantime, I like this idea so much. I told my programmer to make something similar. We will have these last will and testament live on every NAAIP website. I would say within 2 or 3 months. We've already built it. It just so happens the programmer is doing other stuff, which I believe is more important and he can do it faster. But eventually we will have a last will and testament link to every NAAIP website. And it will be like everything else we do. You can make it live, you can make it hide, and you customize this website to what you do for a living. But please do not wait for my programmer to do it. Your job is to make a living. And this is something that will definitely help you make a living. Let's read a little bit more what it says on that page on incentive-based marketing. Click. Let me just read it myself. The wording here in Angelica is another great idea. A concierge service for XVX. Help your clients get best prices on caskets, tombstones, etc. Be an expert. What that means is there's just put your head in the head of your hypothetical client that you're connecting with. What are these people concerned about? These people concerned about their burial when they speak to you. So take care of whatever they need. There was a company that was pretty popular a couple of years ago called Legacy Safeguard. I'm not sure how long you've been in this business or if you've run across this company, but they were pretty popular, I would say 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. What they did is they had a long PDF where they said to these insurance agents, have these old people fill it out, and it put everything in order. One of the questions on that very long PDF was, who is your attorney and where is your will? So what came to my brain was, why don't you just do the will for them? But that's besides the point. Another service that this company offered was they said they would get you discounts on caskets, tombstones, etc., based on an FTC, Federal Trade Commission regulation, which stated that the funeral home must accept outside caskets, tombstones, flowers, etc. They cannot lock you in to only buy stuff in their place. The federal government is there to protect people. You can imagine an 80-year-old man with an 80-year-old woman, one of them passes away. It's complete pressure. These people have been together for 60 years. Imagine one of them going into a funeral home and trying to make arrangements. These are prime targets to get taken to the cleaners. So the federal government is there to protect them. And you can imagine, because of this regulation, if you Google the word caskets online, tombstones online, stuff will pop up. There are companies nationwide that will deliver a casket or a tombstone within 24 hours. It's not a bad idea for you to be an expert on this field. The company Legacy Safeguard, I believe on their website, they do mention they will be a concierge service to that client where they call up a 1-800 number, they get everything arranged. But you can imagine what this company is doing. They have a special connection with one casket company, one tombstone company, et cetera, and they're taking a cut from both ends. If you provide a needed service to your client base, they will like you. If you develop a reputation in a local community as a person providing this needed service, you will become popular, well-known. I'm sure you know, Angelica, that the vast majority of attorneys and medical doctors do not do cold calling. They do not pick up the phone and say, hey, please you'll get a nose surgery from me. Please get liposuction. Please get that heart transplant from me. They've got a reputation. They've got the expertise. They've got that needed service that are being provided to people. And that's why they drive really nice cars and they live in very big houses after their 10, 20, 30 years in the same profession. And that's probably what any insurance agent should be thinking of on a long-term basis. And the only way for this to occur is if you are providing a needed service to people. And I'm just thinking of two ideas. One is the last will and testament. The other one is your service. You're in a local community. It's not very hard to go to the 5 or 6 funeral homes that are near your home or near the community that you work in and see exactly what these people are going through. If you notice that they walk in, immediately the XYZ funeral home wants them to buy that $4,000 casket and $8,000, whatever the prices are on the tombstone, and you could simply do a Google search and you could list these price differentials. You could list the experience of these people, what they're going through on your website, which NAAIP.org gives you at no strings, no catches, no nothing. You will become pretty popular in the local community. Would you say that is correct, Angelica?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So we have to think on a long-term basis how to provide a needed service to people. Okay, let me just read a little bit more what it says, where it says incentive-based marketing. It's another great idea. I keep on coming up with these great ideas, but you could come up with your own great ideas, but whatever you're selling. Set up websites in SEO, search engine optimization, Google local and maps for business owners. This does not have to do with the final expense business. It has more to do with the retirement planning business. It has more to do with major insurance companies that sell index universal life or whole life big retirement planning type vehicles. Let's say a whole life policy that people are putting in $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 per month, which is how a lot of insurance agents make their living. Set up websites in SEO for business owners. These folks need index universal life and retirement planning. And that's what insurance agents are licensed to sell. You probably notice on every email we send out, I do mention 2 companies. One is a major final expense company, which you did get contracted with. Another one is a major top 5 mutual insurance company. When I say top 5 insurance company, they definitely do not want me to mention their name on YouTube or Facebook Live. But on both companies, my company offers game-changing high commissions. Hopefully, you will learn these product lines, you will sell these products, and life will be good. And that's exactly what we're doing. In fact, the system that we're using, this free website, free quotage, and free everything, is an incentive-based marketing system which gets people in our system. That's what it's doing. It's just getting people in our system. It's giving me the opportunity to offer you additional stuff where I can make money. But in the meantime, you probably know based on programming, when new people come into a website system, it does not necessarily cost the technology company money, but this system has allowed us to cause over 13,000 people to sign up and use the website, et cetera, et cetera. My job is to get people to not just to use the website as part and parcel of their business. And when that happens, because we have so many agents in our system, it causes the insurance companies to like us and to keep stuff cookie cutter. We're not negotiating about commission rates to you guys. We simply say, here's the XYZ commission level, and that is substantially higher than what you could get elsewhere in the business. And that's a business plan, and we're looking for this to take off. In the meantime, there's a few people on the call. I do see Esme here as well. Hi, Esme. I did take you off mute.
Hi, how are you doing?
Esme, so sweet, so sweet, so sweet. Okay, Esme, we are on this uberconference.com. We are looking at each other. We are speaking to each other. If anyone's on YouTube or Facebook, all you have to do is go to the top of NAAIP.org. There is a click that says the word video conference, and we could be doing the same thing. But I do appreciate anyone who is watching us on YouTube or Facebook Live. Esme, we did have a conversation before about setting up this website. I do know that you are a professional woman and you like to deal with successful people, people that own businesses, and there's no better system out there than setting up a game-changing, good website to a plumber, electrician, any sort of business owner. And there are some technical issues, and that's why that's why I'm here 6 days a week. That's why I have full-time programmers that are always working. My programmers currently are doing stuff to make the system better. But if anyone tells me that there's something not working, immediately the gentleman stops what they're doing and fixes that issue, then continues moving on to what they were working on previous. You did mention to me that you had a problem with the header image that you wanted to change. I could certainly tell the programmer to upload it, but I know personally that there's a decent chance you're not going to be using that image anyway, so we might as well not bother the programmer until that happens. There is a company out there called Pick Resize.
The point is, David, that I did try to select one of yours because I saw two there that I like very much, that I thought or I know will fit for the header right there, and I click on it to get it, and it just won't go in. It won't.
Okay, let me try it myself. I'm gonna try it myself. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Actually, and so I'm gonna go into your password protected back office, and I'll try to do it myself, because usually oftentimes, I can't say usually, oftentimes when one person tells me there's a tech problem, it's really not a tech problem. So I have to do it myself before I, tell the programmer to get involved. In the meantime, let me go into Esme. Okay, you've logged into your back office. So I could just see your site. I do latest login. I could do Control F. I do ESMEE. When did you? Actually, let me see what it is. Actually, I told my programmer this morning that the site seems to be a little bit slow. There's always something happening. Like what we're doing is we're adding features. Eventually, this stuff slows stuff down. So you have to tell the guy, hey, check out what just happened. And when was the last time you logged into the back office?
This morning, yesterday evening? Yesterday, because I tried again after I spoke with you. I
get you. Okay, let me just grab your password, your username and password, so I can do it just like I'm you. And I'll do it right now, and how do you spell your first? ESMEE?
ESMIE.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find you. I get IE. ESMIE. Okay, let me just maybe I've saved your password anyways. Let me just go over here. I've got it right here. It's saved. Boom. Okay, I've got your template. You've chosen this one here, which is selected.
Right.
I'm going to click, okay, view your site. This is how you edit the website. Change background image. You don't like this image? You want to change it to something else?
Not that I don't like that image. It can't fit there. I try to pixel it, and it won't. Okay,
let me choose another one. Let me see what other one is here.
The other one with Kennedy on it, with the girl and the man that is standing in. And they go down.
Okay, I'll get it. I have no idea. You see, this woman's head is cut off, which is weird.
Yeah.
So that won't work. Okay. She'll be definitely not Kennedy. Write your troubles and all this stuff.
Right. That woman, right? That one. Yes.
Okay, let me see what this one does.
You see, it won't go there.
Okay, you are correct. There's something happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go on my other screen. Let me just tell this gentleman. And he'll fix it right away. He'll stop what he's doing and he'll fix it. His name is this. Boom. Agent is trying to upload new image. It won't work. Please fix it immediately. Let me see if this gentleman is working now. If he's working now, it'll probably be fixed in the next 10 or 20 minutes. Hopefully by the end of this call, so I come across as real impressive. He is logged in, so he'll fix it in the next, probably during this call. I could even tell him which one you want, if I could describe it. So he'll just do it himself. On first page, okay, I think I can describe page screen. Where is it? She wants. This will be fixed probably in the next couple. Okay, we do have Angelica's on this call. We do have someone from Beaufort, Georgia. Hi, Beaufort, Georgia, or pretty close to Georgia. Mr. Shridath. Esme thought she had a difficult name to spell, but now she's doing pretty well.
Shridath is correct.
Shridath, and Shridath is correct. I get you. And you're in Georgia, that's correct as well?
Yes, that's correct. I'm in Georgia.
I get you. Okay, we are good. And it says here Brown. Is Brown your last name?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Let me just switch it over so I don't get confused later. But in the meantime, Mr. Brown, I'll just say Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, have you signed up for the free website already?
No, I have not. I was just getting additional information first.
Excellent. You have a slight accent. Where are you from?
Jamaica.
Wow, that's Esme's hometown.
Really?
Okay, do me a favor. Oh my God. Okay, Shridat, do me a favor. Get on uberconference.com and you're going to be so excited that you see someone from your village. It's amazing. Go to, at the very top of NAAIP, there's a click there that says the word video conference. If you're on a desktop, it's very easy to do. If you're on a cell phone, you have to download the application. Are you on a regular computer?
No, I'm not. I'm just on my cell phone.
Okay, so it's a little bit harder. I haven't seen it. They say if you download that, if you download the application on your Apple Store or Google Store, you could see the video as well. But I guess we'll do this next time, whatever you decide. But it's there's a direct link at the very top of NAIP. If you click video conference, it takes you there. Then you click where it says application, and you're right there. But in any case, Mr. Brown, what we want you to do is sign up for the free website. Since you are in this business, I'm sure you know your number one job is to come across as a professional person. And that's what this does. Multiple quote engines, multiple good stuff. There's nothing better in the industry. If you could find anything remotely close, please tell me. And let me ask you, Mr. Brown, how did you find us?
Well, I was going on YouTube and searching for the best FMOs, and then the video came up.
Excellent. I'm glad. I did make that video quite a while. My job is to get people in our system. So I'm always trying to figure out what you guys have to do as well, what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. My particular job demands to be good at video. Only recently I started doing these live streams, which are on YouTube. Those videos I did, only took me so far. I've only started doing these live stream in the last couple of days. So hopefully that is something that is attractive. In fact, if you go to on that same YouTube channel, you'll see this is being live streamed. And in fact, you could see Esme just by going to YouTube right now. Actually, you don't see her because you can only see Esme on Uber Conference, not on the live stream. On the live stream, you only see me. So, but that's besides the point. But the phone number does work. That's why you're here, and everything is good. In the meantime, which company are you working for now?
Well, I'm independent currently, looking for an FMO or IMO to get linked with.
Okay. Since we
Brown, great voice here.
Okay, Mr. Brown, let me just mention we're a little bit different than these other marketing companies. Insurance agent, you're almost waiting to be taken to the cleaners. So it's a very scary, situation. Some of the key words that will indicate that you're about to be taken to the cleaners, when companies say they have excellent training, that's probably the number one key word that you're going to be taken to the cleaners. When someone says they have excellent training, it means someone's making a lot of money from you to grab your sales or a huge percentage of your sales. Our system is pretty darn simple. We give you needed, as I mentioned, websites, quote engines, help moving up the search engine, all that good stuff. No strings, no catches. You might as well sign up. In this world of business, if you give people stuff, they usually like you. And this system has allowed me to gather over 13,000 people in this last couple of years, and we're only getting started. I made a pretty big mistake that I was not on YouTube beforehand. I was not on video before. I've been doing these audio conferences, which really is not enough, but stuff is getting better. The website technology we're giving you is a must-have. You did mention the word you're looking for an FMO, a marketing company or products to sell. Since this is a very small operation that deals with a lot of agents, the technique I'm using is simply to give people the highest commissions in the business. Right. That's it. Sign up. It's your job to learn the product. It's your job to get in front of people. It's your job to close deals. If you need someone to hold your hand while you're doing this, you're probably not in the right business. But there is a major industry out there where they recruit new insurance agents. They hold your hand. They tell you to write up a list of 5, 10, or 15 of your relatives, and the manager recruiter will help you sell those first, let's say, 5 or 10 people, which you could have done yourself. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to get contracted with an insurance company, learn their product line, and speak to your relative or speak to yourself and sell yourself the product. There's a ton of information out there from these insurance companies that want you to learn their product. My company is Concentra. We've narrowed it down pretty tight. We have one major final expense company. We start insurance agents off at 122% commission, which is way up there. It's a company that offers 5 different whole life policies. It's your job to learn these companies. This particular company does not require errors in admission insurance. So I suppose that they make it a little bit easier. It's not really geared to people that are major financial planners because they don't require E&O, errors in admission. The other company we're pushing is a top 5 mutual insurance company. They have everything else except final expense. We start you off again at these game-changing, really high commission levels. If you go into the password protected back office, The insurance company doesn't even allow me to mention their name online anywhere, even in our password protected back office. But if you send me an email which says the word send me contracting, I will send you contracting for both of those companies. It's your job to learn the product. I should mention the major insurance company has seminars 5 days a week. You could wake up in the morning, you could become an expert at the end of a cup. I would say, I personally don't like going to seminars. I like watching videos. I like clicking, and reading. But I can tell you these mutual insurance companies, that's what the financial planners are selling. That's if you look at New York Life's product line, which is probably the most successful marketing insurance company out there for the last 100 years. All they do is sell New York Life. The product that we're pushing, where it says major insurance company, has a better product line, similar but better. So it's your job to learn this product line and to make a living. If you see anything even closely as good as what we're offering anywhere in the industry, you come on this call, you tell me, I will tell you exactly why what we're offering is better. Usually it's not even close. And hopefully good things will happen. But in the meantime, the website technology we're offering has no strings, no catches. You might as well sign up. You might as well put that on your own domain name, do the proper steps to move up the search engine, which includes Google Local and Bing Places and Google Maps. And that's something that will help you come across as a top-level professional. And that is the scoop. Mr. Brown, you still hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Okay, so let me give you my advice in Medicare Advantage sales. I have life, health, and sickness, and accident, insurance license. I'm looking for a assistance then or to launch out independent Medicare Advantage. Yes, I will cross-sell into life and annuities, but my main focus right now is Medicare Advantage.
Excellent. In our back office, a little bit more is because there's a huge discrepancy on commission levels between good deals and bad deals, and a lot of new agents end up on bad deals. That's really why I was going into this whole life insurance. NAAIP password protected back office. It says dashboard latest news. And there's a couple of links there. It does mention the major final expense company we're mentioning by name. There's a click there. It mentions the commission levels. It also mentions major insurance company. But there's also wording there about our Medicare system. The wording in particular is NAIP offers virtually every Medicare Advantage, MedSup, health, and hospital indemnity product. Click here to contract. Click here for compensation grid. And you could send me an email at david@naaip.org. I will send you contracting information. We collect contracting for virtually every Medicare and health insurance company out there. All you got to do is send me an email or click that link in the back office and I'll get you rolling. It just so happens on Medicare, according to federal law, on Medicare Advantage, every insurance company offers the identical commission, so you can't get anything better anywhere else. The vast majority of these companies offer the maximum that they're allowed to offer, which is what we're doing as well. There is also a lead system, which is mentioned on the compensation grid, which will be per sale. I believe it's something like every 7 sales gives you something, and you'll see that listed there. But we have that base covered as well. All you have to do is send me an email to david@naaip.org, and I'll send that over to you. But you could click it right in the back office after you sign up for that free website, which you need anyways.
All right, no problem.
So, it's best just to sign up. Once you sign up for NAIP, then you'll get to a second step where you choose, and that's when you're actually in the system. But in both instances, you will get an email from david@naaip.org, and you just send an email back requesting, send me the email. But you could click that in the password protected back office where it says latest news, just the same. That is the scoop there. And we got a lot of, we just came up with this system where you could do a half sign up. So I have a lot of people only signing up halfway. So what I'll end up doing is sending these people invitations by email to get these people to the conference call as well. Since I don't have their phone number, I could only send them an email. Let me get Angelica. Angelica, initially you were asking about live transfer leads at $8, and I do have an explanation for that as well. I did not get into, but I just have I had a feeling you're an intelligent woman, that you understood that, you know, if a company is advertising online for $8, there's something really weird about it. And it seems to me you could pull off the incentive-based marketing. A big issue in this industry is we end up recruiting a lot of people who come into this business that are not suitable for the business. You could speak to your blue in the face about what they should be doing. It does not mean they'll do it. It just means you're speaking till you're blue in the face. But in order to make a living, according to the caller ID that I'm looking at, says you live in Beverly Hills, California. And I know rent is not cheap there. So you got to be doing something right to pay those rents.
Yeah, I don't live there anymore.
You don't live there anymore. How much is rent in Beverly Hills?
I'm like half an hour away from it.
Okay, so you're close. You're a half hour away, which could mean you're in, like, you know, a different state, a different city.
Same state.
Same state. Yeah, California is a big place. What part of
Half
California?
an hour away.
What place are you in now?
I'm in Torrance.
Oh, Torrance. That's where rents are cheaper.
I know rent here is not cheap.
I guess there's an influx of people and there's a lot of demand, not enough housing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me just go to that second part of specifically about the $8 live transfer leads. Remember, it's up to you to implement all this stuff. If you don't implement it, no one's going to do it for you. And the alternative for Mr. Brown or for yourself, there's no shortage of these marketing companies that want to just have you write up a list of your relatives, and so they could the manager could sell them insurance. In the meantime, let me flip over to that page again. NAAIP leads. Let me Google the word NAIP and the word leads. Do-it-yourself mailers. On anything you're doing, consult with as a general rule, consult with experts. Maybe go with them initially. Afterwards, figure out what these people are not doing right or what you could do better. And that's no different when it comes to mailers as well. Consulting with experts is not a bad idea. You know, people that have done it before. We click where it says other services. NAAIP members will receive tutelage as to setting up lead generation, expert advice. YouTube and other lead companies are great tools for example sales pitches. Your lead generator TelePro should generate between 1 and 2 leads per hour. There are American companies. If you click that, it takes you to an American company. They will hire the Filipino for you and charge you $20 per appointment and schedule your day via Google Contacts calendar for you to run appointments. You would have to supply them a list of names to call. For the most part, I spoke to these people. They say people get the list from postcards or Facebook leads. An alternative is I will train you and your team to make appointments. There's something very weird on this paragraph. It mentions the word they will train the Filipino. Virtually every live transfer lead company out there is using Filipino call centers or Filipino telemarketers. For the most part, these people are making $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 per hour. You can imagine if someone's working at their house, they're willing to accept less money because they don't have to do a commute and there's no office expenses. There is a click here where it says home-based telemarketer marketplace, 20,000 phone pros, freelancers, software included. If you click that, it takes you to a company called outbounders.com. And that's where you hire these people. It's not a bad idea to get really good at telemarketing yourself before you start hiring someone else at $3 or $4 an hour. If you're good at it yourself, automatically, based on your management, the person you hire gets better. And that's where you develop a successful business. And that's where you get the $8 live transfer leads. I cannot be a complete wacko advertising on $8 live transfer leads on the internet and not have some sort of solution, and that is my solution. But if you click around on this webpage, especially where it says domains, there's a 13-minute video about moving up the search engine. The 13-minute video specifically time on site and original content. I would imagine anyone who's in the insurance business, when they see the word $8 live transfer leads, when the going price is $35, $40 a pop, it would be somewhat interesting to them, and they would stick around the page. And that's exactly what has happened. And that's why when you Google live transfer lead, final expense, or Medicare annuities, this page appears to the top of the search engine. Any insurance marketing company would love to be at the top for that keyword. And that's what we've done, is get to the top, and that's how you make a living. This is a tough business for you. This is a tough business for me, and we have to have every advantage. And that is the explanation on that. And that is the scoop. But Angelica, what language do you speak besides English?
Yeah, Tagalog. I am from the Philippines.
Oh, Philippines. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. That's why you mentioned about virtual assistant. That's where they're all coming from.
I do have a Filipino virtual assistant already.
Okay, so you know what it is. But if you go to this company called Outbounders.com, it's all Filipinos. And as you scroll down on that page, there's another company listed which has a call center, but it's an office. They pay their workers. They want you to spend $8 per hour per worker. You have to have a minimum of 4 workers, and that's to pay for their manager and their workers and their office expenses. So if you could manage these people working out of their house, that's definitely a better place to be. If somehow, some way you could get a list of Filipino or Tagalog speaking people, you could hire not even an English speaker. You could hire someone who speaks your language to specifically target those people, and you could make a terrific living. I'm pretty sure in your part of Los Angeles, there's a lot of people who speak your language, but they're hard to find because their names are similar to Spanish. There's no specific names. I guess if you're targeting people who speak Chinese, you do there's names that are specific to Chinese people. But for you, it would be harder to target Filipino. Is that correct?
No, it's not hard for me to target them. I have several already. So.
I mean, how would you get a list of, how would you wake up in the morning and you would hire someone to phone call Filipino speaking, and plus they have so many languages there. But I guess most speak Tagalog. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, that's the main language there. Yeah, in the past I've gone to Upwork, and there's a lot of them.
I mean, if you could get a list, that's probably the best thing, and as well for Esme. Esme with her accent, the specific Jamaican accent, as well as Mr. Brown. Yeah. These are hard lists to get, but if you could get that list, you're in business, because you could hire someone in that native country to wake up in the morning and contact these people and connect with those people. I would imagine someone has from Jamaica, when they hear that Jamaican accent calling them on the phone, they're all ears. They get real excited. There's a tremendous connection. They're much less likely to close the deal, but you have to get that list, which is a hard list to get. You could advertise in Jamaican newspapers or Jamaican places, but that's only going to get you so many people. If you could get that list, you're set for life.
Okay, David, maybe you can suggest suggest something, but the problem with calling people, I have like a bunch of leads, prospects. The problem is they don't answer their phone anymore.
Right, that is correct. Okay, here's the solution for that. You have to come at people at multiple directions. You will notice that every email I send out, I put in my footer phone number, contact information, and I put the word "I love SMS" next to a phone number, which is a cell phone. I use dialpad.com, which is, makes it very easy to send a text message.
Okay.
Anytime I send what I've decided to do is anytime I send an email to someone, concurrently at the same time, I'll send an SMS.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as phone calls anymore. There's no such thing as emails anymore. You have to couple that with SMS.
Right. Yeah. We text them and email.
Right, you got to, and this stuff is time consuming. So, if somehow, some way you could have a full-time telemarketer and they hear an accent of Tagalog or the imagine you're living in Los Angeles and you get an answering machine and the message is in Tagalog. You're like, what the flying heck is going on? Similar, and if it's a Jamaican accent, you'll feel the same thing if that's your accent. Whatever advantage you could have to contact people, whatever connection you could have, use it. But SMS is definitely a connection. If you're in an area, I'm not sure if this exists in Los Angeles. I believe it exists in San Francisco. If you've got a specific neighborhood where 30, 40, % of people, speak a certain language and that's your language, if you become a mini celebrity in that area because you're offering a good service, whether it be the last will and testament, whether it be the concierge service for burial, whether it be free websites, help moving up the search engine to business owners, a lot of these Filipino people, Tagalog speaking people, they show up, they say, hey, what can I do? I could fix air conditioners. I could lay tile. These people need websites. If you develop the reputation of providing that for them, you probably know that the website technology that we're providing is simple. You could set up these websites in 5 minutes. The expertise about moving up the search engine involves Google Local, Google Maps, original content, time on site. Suddenly you're an expert in web design. And these are skill sets that keep one in business. And really, when you're in business, if you can avoid doing a lot of traveling, that's probably the way to go. If you could hire someone full-time who speaks your language and can leave messages on people's machine in that language, these people will call back. I don't call back. If I was sitting in some different country and I got a message on my machine, or then it's followed up with a text message, an email. You can even follow it up with a personalized letter. And it specifically says, I speak your language. I'm here for you. I'll give you this. I handle last will and testament. You will have a person that will be tremendously connected to you for an extended period of time. And these are the most likely people to tell their friends, hey, this girl, this guy, provides this service. And it's not just a one-person operation. It's a professional company with 2 people, which is very rare because most of these insurance agents are they're almost like chickens without a head. They're one guy who really is not implementing stuff well. Hold on a second. But as I mentioned, targeting these people is the hard part. But if you can manage that list and develop this reputation, you're good to go. And it just so happens, what is my interest? The product line that we're offering right now involves one of the major life insurance companies out there for retirement planning and major life insurance policies. And I can get you the best commission, which means you're going to be going through me. And life is good from all aspects of it. So I would definitely consider that. And that is the scoop. Angelica. Hi, Angelica. Okay, we are good. Okay, Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown happens to be in a part of Georgia. I believe they don't speak Jamaican that much. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I was in West Palm Beach. I mentioned to Esme, I believe a couple of weeks ago, I went to this rib place. Everyone there was Jamaican. I felt so skinny. These were healthy people that were they seemed to be doing hard work, and they were all strong.
Are you trying to say they were fat because
they were in shape.
Trying to be politically correct, and you're like, oh, I felt so skinny, and they were big.
They were big guys. It was a rib place. They were eating ribs. I went there. I believe it was inexpensive price. These ribs were so delicious. I kept on going back. And they all spoke Jamaican or whatever.
David, I'm very confused, and I'm having some amount of anxiety because I'm not sure in what direction to go.
Okay, let me just mention the direction. Your chosen profession is to get in front of people and to close deals. Whatever can make you money. For the most part, the average salary in the United States is $1,000 a week. If you're good at this job, you should be making double that, which is $2,000 a week. Whatever direction you go into, the name of the game is to get in front of people and to close deals. One of the mistakes that hopefully you'll avoid, which I've been in this business for a long time, and I can tell you one of the mistakes is if you learn a little bit about a lot of products and you have access to a lot of products and you learn the product line, the one thing you will notice is most of these products are relatively simple. Once you have the application, do a very quick overview of it. So what my company is doing.
So what my thing is that I want to find a few key things. I want to find a coding tool. I'm familiar with Sunfire. I want to find a CRM, and I want to find lead generating.
Okay, let me hit those. Let me hit those one by one. Okay, our website system is nice. It's something you need, so hopefully you'll sign up. You'll do it properly, et cetera, et cetera. I just hired a programmer to build a CRM to attach it to our system. In the meantime, we don't have a CRM. We have a very minimal CRM. But if you go to our lead generation page, we scroll down on this page. I've done a lot of research on CRMs. We scroll down where it says I hired a programmer to build a CRM. Of course, I did research. The company I like the best is called LACRM, which is short for Less Annoying CRM. It's a very basic CRM, which is really all you need. They are charging $15 a month.
Okay.
So if you go to our web page, which is naaip.org/lead-services, at the very top of NAIP, there's a click there for leads. You scroll down to other services, you'll see it. There's other CRMs listed, but I believe this is the best deal out there. You give me, I would say closer to 3 months. When you log into your NAIP back office, you'll see something similar. But in the meantime, if you need a CRM, you might as well use them. They do get. One more time.
And what about coaching tools?
Coaching.
Coaching.
Okay, I didn't hear that. Okay, let me get. How do you spell? CO. Oh, quoting tools. Quoting tools. Okay. Okay, quoting. Okay, just to realize on the Medicare stuff, which you mentioned, send me the email that you're requesting contract. Our partner on all the Medicare has access to all the tools. Once you fill out the contracting, there's 2 people listed on that email. One is called Micah, and the other is called Mike. You call up either of those people. I would prefer that you click where it says click here to e-contract, so at least you're in the system. You fill that out, you speak to these people. They'll tell you exactly what you need. When it comes to Medicare Advantage, it's not hard to figure out. There's a couple of main companies. It just so happens we're on YouTube right now. We're on Facebook Live. I don't want to mention any companies, but we all know there's 3 or 4 major companies out there when it comes to Medicare Advantage. When it comes to Medicare Supplement, it varies depending on the locality. So you have to call these people and you'll have a conversation with them. They'll tell you what is the hot product. In addition, they will give you access to the quoting technology. There's only one company out there that offers quoting technology for Medicare Supplement. It's called I forget the name of the company. It's called QSC Actuarial, something actuarial. If I Google the word actuarial Medicare, it'll pop up. They charge a certain price. It's called Medic quoting. CSG Actuarial, they're the only ones that actually make this quoting technology. The major marketing companies give this to you when you're in their system, and they will give this to you. But in the meantime, when I send you that email or you get into the password protected back office where it says contracting, that's the first step. You'll get access to it right away. Okay, that's quoting for Medicare. Quoting for the various life insurance is virtually meaningless. When it comes to if you go to NAAIP's website that you'll sign up, we have a term life quote engine which we last updated 2 years ago. It does mention there that's updated 2 years ago, but term life I just see very few sales coming in from term life. And the term life quoters, which we have, which was accurate 2 years ago, which the rates haven't changed much, it's not that important because these are just numbers that the insurance companies it's like they're throwing mud to a wall. They're meaningless when it comes to term life. It depends on what is the meaning of preferred, super preferred, rating, there's just too many factors. For the most part, the people that are making money in life insurance are selling mutual insurance companies. Mutual insurance companies is when you could tell the client that the owners of the policy, that the people that have insurance policies are the owner of the companies, and the profits flow back into the policy. And for the most part, there's not so much term life sales. Insurance agents, for the most part, are making money on whole life policies and index universal life, which are permanent policies. And the term life is just and what you do is you get contracted, you get an illustration, and you could show the client the illustration. And I believe that solves that issue. Similar on final expense. Final expense is for the most part is sold to lower income, less sophisticated type people, and it's going to be based on the medical situation. The company that we're pushing happens to have 5 different whole life policies, so you could get these people in based on one of those 5 policies. To definitely keep things simple. What you'll notice, especially in the life insurance business, the most successful company out there is called New York Life. Those agents only sell New York Life, and they've been doing that for 100 years. But on Medicare Supplement, price does matter, and we have access to virtually every Medicare Supplement company out there. And I will send you that, and you'll have access to that as well. And that is the scoop. Okay. As I mentioned, we do have Angelica on this call as well as Esme. Esme, are you with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. Let me see what else we have. Okay. In the meantime, right now I've been on this call for an hour and 21 minutes. I'm on Facebook Live. I'm also on YouTube. If anyone sees this on YouTube, if you could do me a favor and subscribe, make a comment. I had a dream to be a star when I was a little boy. It has not happened, but I believe it's not too late. And YouTube is the only way it's going to happen. So please help that happen. In the meantime, the website technology we are offering you is something that will help you. The contracting, you're not going to get anything better, and life is good. And that is the situation. Okay, let me harken back to our programmer, see if he actually did anything on what we spoke about. Let me see where my WhatsApp is. It says here, WhatsApp. Okay, he hasn't looked at it for whatever reason, so it'll be done today. And there may be the way this programming works. Eventually, stuff breaks, so you need someone online all the time. But he'll get this done today. WhatsApp is a pretty good technology. It tells you if they've looked at the message, and he has not looked at it. Now he's looking at on a different one. I use WhatsApp and Skype. But this will be this picture will be changed today, and we'll figure out what the programming error was. Okay, now he's seeing it. He's looked at it. Okay, that is the scoop. Okay, Angelica, I'm going to get off this call right now. I do appreciate you all coming here today. And
thank you, David.
Take care. I'll see you then.
David, thank you so much.
How do you like this? I had a feeling this gentleman was Jamaican. I could hear that.
I like how you took the earphones off and everything.
Yeah, I did a little bit of testing. It's like you just figure out what the issue is. So do a little bit of testing. I moved my screen to the side so I don't have to show this microphone anymore. Like I mentioned before, most of these successful operations are two-people operations because people make mistakes, and if there's not another person there telling you what you're doing wrong, this mistake could just continue and continue.
Absolutely.
And that's.
But then you learn by your mistakes as well.
But you may be retired by the end of this time frame, so it's good to fix it. But I had a feeling this gentleman was Jamaican, and he just said like a word, and I could hear a slight accent based on his name as well. I had a feeling it was Jamaican.
Well, that is good. I didn't pick up on it at all. It was a surprise. Like, yeah, really, you're a good. I don't know how you do it.
But have you ever run into someone named Shidrath anywhere? Like, where's that name from?
Right.
It's like, Brown is a very common name in Jamaica, but, then you get these weird names that are, where would it be from?
Oh, yeah. Well, my name is very unusual. You don't hear my name all the time. I never seen anybody like I do that name. When I do meet somebody by the name, or I haven't met anybody by the name of Esme, but when I look it up, is spelled, mine is spelled uniquely.
I get you. For females, these parents get a little bit crazy. They have a lot of imagination. When these 20-year-old kids have babies, they just go crazy. Okay, we are off this call. I do appreciate y'all coming here today. I will be here tomorrow, Monday to Thursday, 12 noon, Saturday, Sunday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Have a terrific rest of the day.
Be blessed.
I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye. For the people on right now, I'm on YouTube still. So if you could subscribe, like, make a comment, you're more than welcome to join our 6-day per week interactive video conference where you could see my screen and we could have a conversation, which is on uberconference.com/NAAIP. There is a link at the very top of NAAIP.org. Right at the top, you click it, it takes you right there. It's a very easy system to get into, a little bit better than Zoom on getting in, and we go from there. I'll be here tomorrow as well at the same time, as well as, and that's that. If you're interested in the free website, free quote engine, no strings, no catches, please click, please grab the website, sign up. Immediately thereafter, you'll put the website in your own domain name, and life will be better. Again, for the people on YouTube and Facebook, looking forward to coming into our system and joining our interactive conference call as well. I should say video conference call, and be well. Bye-bye.